Hey, howdy, and hello, everybody, and welcome to the first Extinction Q&A. I'm here with the wonderful and very much so talented Regiegab. Reggie, how you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm super happy to have you on. It's new for both you and me doing something like this, so it'll be fun and an interesting experience. And speaking of something new, uh, first I kind of want to talk about how did you end up in the field of work of animation that you do?
I always knew my passion were stories. I really knew also wanted to make stories with film. And after high school, I started working in live action. But then COVID came, so obviously with all the lockdowns, I stayed at home a lot and played Overwatch. While playing Overwatch, though, I got better at it. Then became a coach, coached contenders in Europe and North America. And but then naturally, as COVID became better and no lockdowns were imposed anymore, I went back. But while coaching, I actually fell in love with animation. I was used to live action, but when I got in touch with animation, I was so stunned by how wonderful this medium is and how it works. And it's not even the final image, but just the method of working and what happens behind the scenes. And so I was so impressed by that. So when I got to work again, I thought to myself that I really want to stay in that lane. I really like that, and now I'm studying animation at a university.
So now heading kind of more in the direction of what you've done for Extinction, what's been your favorite part of creating the roster reveal for Stage 3 of OWCS?
First of all, I would like to add that my roster reveals are different than others. Um, eh, I had a prototype of a roster reveal when I did Cetas, which is basically just what people are used to. But I have a strong philosophy in how roster reveals and how media in Overwatch should be. I think that number one issue right now is that not enough people know enough about players and their personality. And I feel like there has been some direction toward that. But I think there needs to be also in the artistic side, we need to try to show people who the players are as much as we can in any aspect. So when I did the Extinction roster reveal, obviously, we had the briefing and they told me what they like and what they want because they already had a strong direction. But I told them, hey, I really feel like we should do a story driven approach where instead of just how it's used to be, where we see cool motion graphics and turntables of characters, I feel like seeing characters interact is the key to showing people who the players are. So, for example, if you look at any a scene in the video, um, we are trying to showcase the team and their personalities with every interaction. So in the video, for example, it could also have been one giant T-Rex who's attacking Ash from behind. But Extinction's not that team. Extinction's not the king of the dinosaur jungle right now. They are in a middle bracket tier, and they are setting or they are planning to use different strategies to win than just being the best players, for example, with friendship and teamwork. So we try to implement that in the video. So when you watch the video, you don't only see a cool reveal, but you get something more out of it.
Yeah, you get to see some of the personality of the players be revealed in the roster reveal, and it definitely makes it more personable. It's not just that the animation itself is wonderfully made and well crafted, but the idea behind it, the philosophy behind it is very well thought through. I think that's both a, a very clear indication of your skills and also the team that kind of helped you come to the idea. So leaning into that, who was like the original lead on the direction of the video?
Usually I get treated very in a very hands-off type of way where when I do a video for a team, they just say, okay, do whatever you want. And I'm completely fine with that. Extinction came to me with a strong basically idea and below it. So they came with the clever girl scene from Jurassic Park. That's the scene where the ranger goes into forest. He tries to shoot or like tries to hunt one of the raptors, and then gets surprised by the raptor on the side, and then he gets attacked. And yeah, so that was the basis and everything. And obviously, we still do a lot of development and iteration beyond that. But we knew we have a very strong boundary. We knew how many characters, what type of setting we have, and that was basically all set. And then the job after that was how do we fulfill the client's wish as much as we can in a way where people sometimes they have an idea, but there's something more in it which can be extracted to make it an even better project. So, for example, just an example, like in the scene from the Jurassic Park, it's daytime, but for example, setting it to nighttime had a stronger impact and elevated the grunge or the darker or a little bit more scary aspects of the reveal.
So you had kind of touched on how Extinction had a bit more hands-on with what they wanted more so than any previous experience you had had doing animation with teams. So how much creative freedom did you have to kind of bring in your own ideas and thoughts and put that into action with this animation?
Still a lot. So people always think because the core idea is secure that nothing else is able to change. But you need to make a lot of small uh, decisions anywhere. So, for example, how does the nest of the raptor look? Are there eggs? Are there bones lying in it? What else is lying in it? Are there guns of the heroes of the roster of the past roster? Which gun, which accessory from which hero? How does the raptor look? How does the raptor attack? We actually had a lot of discussions there. Uh, People always expect maybe different things in meetings, but we had a lot of talks about how to make the raptors look the most realistic. So at the end phase where the raptor is jumping, we actually have a version. I can maybe show you here. We had a version where the raptor was jumping in a different way, but we made it so it's more accurate to how scientists think the raptors really jump now, because that team really cares about authenticity and their dinosaurs.
Uh, so now I really wanna I'm really keen on seeing kind of how the storyboarding and creative process works through the reveal and how the production works if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to show
So
us
I
that.
can I can lead you through. So I always show this image to people. That's the 3D production pipeline in a small nutshell, condensed form. It's not this image is not created by me. It's made by Andy Bean. So basically, you have your idea, you have your story, you create a storyboard and animatic. Because animation is really expensive, it costs a lot. So you really want to make sure that you have a rough version of the film done, so you can check about how it looks, if it even works, the concept and idea. And then if the idea is solid and you want to make this, the actual production begins. So about the storyboard, I can show you a few things. So if I delete this layer, this is the rough storyboard, and we had a lot of iterations. Obviously here as well. Um, when does the raptor appear the first time? What's happening at all? Like how does Ash go to the nest? Does she even go? Does she try to hunt the raptor? Like basically, does she enter the jungle, scoping in on a raptor? Like in the original scene. And after so what I do with clients is I always do not overwhelm them with too many decisions that I need to deal with. I basically do a lot of iteration on my side, and then I come to them and I show them three options, which are the best, and they go all in different directions, and then they choose a branch of where they want to go, and then after they chose that branch, we enter that area, and then we again branch out and try to explore what it was. So they decided to go for this direction. This was a very good choice because there was also a version where the dinosaur was seen already during the beginning. This is actually this shot, but we then took it away to add to the jump scare effect when the Raptor app wrote this from the side. And then after the storyboard, what happens is we obviously animate it, so we make an animatic out of it. This is just a moving storyboard with sound and music from how it will be at the end. And then if that's greenlit, we basically lock that in and we say, hey, no more changes from now. Now we go into production. And then during productions, various stages happen simultaneously. Set dressing, we build a nest, we get the dinosaurs, we make them ready, we make the ash ready. Ash obviously is a in-game file from Overwatch, which we are using. And then after that is ready, we start animating. And during animation, what we do is we create play blasts. So the team does not need to sit in silence the whole time. What they in meetings, what they receive is these grayscale, not grayscale, but they're basically it's the animation, but rendered very poorly with no lighting and no material texture mostly, just so people can see how the movement looks. And then if that's done, we I can go for open up the file again. After we do animation, we go on to VFX. We didn't have many here, and then we go to lighting and rendering, where we set up the lights. We basically set the last stage of the virtual production part, and then rendering is happening where a lot of tech issues get fixed and rendering is being made efficient. Uh, and then after rendering done, we go enter compositing, and I can maybe even show you some compositing things we did. So this is the node 3 basically. The shot is a fake. This is not Ash herself. I'm basically using Ash's body from this render iteration, and then I use it. Then I change the grass, and I use her legs from a different iteration, just because. Open it again. Come on, where are you? Here. Just because the grass was penetrating her body. So, we have a lot of behind the scenes cleanup, which is happening. And I can put the visibility
Hmm.
on the second monitor. Yeah, so this is the mask basically of her leg. So, a lot of hidden stuff is getting done just to make sure that the image is really flawless and it's working and nothing is missing and, it looks really great. If you
Yeah,
want to
so
see,
there's
oh, sorry.
oh no, I was gonna say there's so many of the little a little of this here, a little of that here that makes it all really come together and the end result pop. It's really impressive.
So I actually have a small turntable here. I can mute the sound and then you can see. So this was the set dressing part where we decided which plants to go for. I chose plants which have a low hanging branches already, so we don't see a lot of tree stump because the camera is pretty low in all of the shots. And then we can see some of the process, which is some of the processing, where we can see parts of the play blast, which I was talking about earlier, and also animation. Yeah.
So finally, Reggie, I just want to know what do you have planned for the future? What kind of visions do you have your sights set on?
So personally, I'm finishing my studies in around 1.5 years. So I'm basically my end of my second to last year right now, and I really want to focus in more on roster reveals. Doing these roster reveals, I think, is a uh, niche but very rewarding and unique art form where you can produce something for people that you know personally and you can see their reactions. I got a lot of positive feedback from the last two ones, so I was really happy about that. Seeing my friends liking it and also the players being hyped up to play the tournaments. As I said previously, I think these videos need to go in a different direction. I'm also experimenting a lot with various methods and uh, just technology, different types of rendering to see how to elevate the experience to a new level. Because I think people are used to one style, which is the motion graphic style, as I said before, but I think there's a great space to expand into. And hopefully, you will see some cool new stuff soon.
Well, thank you so much, Reggie, for coming on. It's been an absolute honor to be able to talk to you, get to know you a little bit better. and have you on the Extinction team. You know, we're both new around the block, but it's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you all for watching.
Thank
Take
you.
care of yourselves, and we'll see.